Hi, my name is Laura Saplaki. I'm the Associate Director for the Center for the Development of Leadership Skills, as well as Director of the Leadership Development Program. I also direct Lead Camp, the Leadership Enrichment and Development Camp, which is offered to up to 21st year students before they start their time at Rider. And this is an information session provided to you to give you a little bit more information about that camp and how you can get involved. So let's get started. Before I go into the Leadership Enrichment and Development Camp, or LEAD Camp, I want to give you a little bit of an overview about leadership at Rider and what I do with the Center for the Development of Leadership Skills and the Leadership Development Program to give you a little bit of context about why I do the camp and what I'm hoping the outcomes for our students will be. With the CDLS, we provide trainings across campus to many organizations, many student groups. I advise and manage Omicron Delta Kappa, which is a leadership honorary society that is national. The circle's been around since 1976, but I've been doing that since 2010. As always, as we're here for you to hear about, I also work with the LEAD Camp. I helped to develop it and I implement it every year since 2017. I coach the Collegiate Leadership Competition, which is a competition for some student leaders who compete with students across the nation and even internationally in a leadership competition to test their, not only the results that they gain from the skills that they use, but the process that they use as well. I provide a lot of workshops and programming opportunities to the campus. I do a leadership lessons video series that gets some great alums, students, faculty, staff to share their thoughts about leadership with the community. We have a leadership legacy award that we give to a graduating senior and to an alum every year. And we have a fellowship where we have prominent alums and young alums mentor and work with our current students. So there are a lot of opportunities through the center for students to get involved and engaged in leadership, and then also with the community as well. With the Leadership Development Program, which is a certificate program that I direct, that started in 2004. It's been around quite some time. We have over 100 students in the program at any given point in time. We have a wonderful graduation ceremony that we have every year, whether we're in person or not, to celebrate those who completed the certificate requirements. We do recruit freshmen and sophomore as well as first semester transfer students. We feel like those are the students that will have the time that it will take to meet the requirements of the program and earn the certificate. We have been nationally recognized in the past. We're very proud of that. And I think part of that reason is because we are open to all majors and we are an academic and co-curricular program. It's a very robust program. And I think the students really appreciate the different perspectives that students from different majors bring. We do assessment. The Engaged Learning program is modeled after the Leadership Development Program, specifically with the co-curricular points and what you would need to earn points toward the requirement for Engaged Learning. We also have an active alumni base that consistently gives back, meets with students, whether it be virtually or in person, to connect with them and to advise and impart their wisdom upon them. But again, most of all, the Leadership Development Program provides students an opportunity to earn a certificate in leadership, which goes on their transcript. So it is not just a co-curricular program. Again, it does have academic weight, academic bearing, and it is something that students should absolutely market when they go out looking for jobs and internships, not only as a student, but as an alum as well. Now, LEAD Camp. This is sort of the start of the journey. So we're hoping that you will get involved and join us for the Leadership Enrichment and Development Camp 2021. A little bit about LEAD Camp. We offer experiential activities. I think learning is best done when it's experienced. So we have a lot of opportunities for students to learn through engaging with others, teamwork, problem solving. But we also develop them through workshops, through skill building workshops, through self-awareness workshops where students get to learn what their strengths are, what it is that their talents are, and what it is that they need to develop during their time at Rider. We provide some exposure to what leadership is, current theory, current knowledge, how is leadership defined. We also try to connect students with resources because, again, leadership is developed through practice. So we want students to get involved and engaged at Rider, both on and off campus, to earn those curricular points, to engage in leadership and followership and understand what it takes to make a team work. So by doing that early, we're getting them excited and motivated to get involved and build up their leadership capacities even sooner. And then finally, we want the students to build relationships with each other, like-minded people who are all interested in learning about leadership so that they can support each other through the process of the camp. So what do we do during Lead Camp? Well, there again, as I'd mentioned, there's a lot of workshops, whether it be leadership, skill building, self-awareness, team building, relationship building activities. We talk about communication. We talk about the difference between groups and teams. We talk about what are your leadership strengths, skills, what do you value? What are you passionate about? We get you starting to think about those things early on. We also get you acclimated to Rider as well and the opportunities that you're going to have to get engaged with those things once you start your time. So it's a really supportive environment to sort of get you settled in on what your journey might look like over the next 4 years. We do that with Lead Camp mentors, upper class students who are either from Lead Camp, who've graduated from Lead Camp and have moved on to be, really involved in leadership roles on campus, many of whom are also in the leadership development program. And they're there to provide insight, guidance, opportunities for reflection. So not only are you doing leadership, you're thinking about what you're doing and learning from the opportunity to reflect with others about that. We also like to do some fun nights too. So the mentors will obviously come up with some fun activities. We always try to do a trip to Princeton and, tour of campus, especially if some students are unsure about what they're doing their first week and where their classes are. So again, it's an opportunity to transition smoothly before classes actually begin. Throughout that first year, we also provide some optional opportunities for the lead campers to get back together with each other, whether it be through a bowling night or some activity on campus, because again, these are the groups of students that you've started your time with. So to be able to reconnect every once in a while is a really lovely thing to do. In terms of outcomes and learning, the one goal that I always have is that lead campers will join the leadership development program. It is not required, but the leadership development program is a great way for students who really enjoyed lead camp, learning about leadership, to take their leadership to the next level and earn recognition for their development as a leader and their education as a leader with the certificate in leadership. So it's that next step in the leadership journey. And we hope that our students get involved in that, and many of them do. There's also the opportunity through Lead Camp to earn 1 point for engaged learning. So a student, all they have to do is fill out a reflection on Bronc Nation, and they can earn that 1 point immediately during even before their first week at Rider. So that's a great opportunity as well. As I had talked about, we try to get students involved immediately with campus clubs and organizations so that they can begin as members, get involved, hopefully work their way up to leadership roles. And there's the relationships that our peers and mentors have with each other that are very helpful and supportive along the way. And as I said, one of the things, and you can see a number of the quotes that are listed here, and a lot of the things that students appreciate about Lead Camp is that it was an opportunity to smoothly transition to Rider, to connect with a group of like-minded people who want to learn to be leaders, and to get comfortable at Rider while doing that. So it's really a win-win in terms of you get to move back onto campus early, get acclimated, be with a group of people that are interested in something that you're interested in. And you get to learn about leadership all at the same time and start to think about how you want to map out the next 4 years, at least in terms of your leadership development at Rider. So there's great opportunities on multiple levels. And our students really do enjoy the opportunity and experience. In terms of the application, which is online, if you just go to rider.edu/leadcamp, you'll find the application there. We just ask for some demographic information, and there are 3 essay questions. So we ask you to tell us a little bit about, who you are, what you're interested in, what your passions are, why you want to get involved in Lead Camp. So I really encourage you to take some time to think about these questions. It gives us more information about you, where you're at, where you want to go. And we do look at those as we consider who we bring into Lead Camp and how we match you with mentors and how we get you involved and engaged within the process of the camp. In terms of logistics, as I had mentioned, we are open for up to 20 first-year students. All majors are welcome. We love it when we have science majors and education majors and business majors all together sharing their experiences of leadership and their different perspectives of leadership together. The application deadline is July 15th, so we ask that you get those applications in on time to secure a space within Lead Camp. The dates of the camp is Tuesday, August 31st through Saturday, September 4th. On September 5th is when the formal orientation program starts. In terms of move-in, there are 2 options that our students will have. Students can either decide to move in on Friday, August 27th, or on Monday, August 30th. The thing to note is that meals will start for all campers as of the 30th at dinner. So if a student, if you decide to move in as of August 27th, please know that we will not have any meals for you. You can move your things in, you can go home for the weekend, you can stay on campus, but just know that we will not be able to provide those meals for you until dinner time on the 30th. The camp itself starts around dinner time on Tuesday, August 31st. In terms of notification of acceptance, that will happen after July 15th, probably mid to end of July. And it will provide you information about your acceptance and what the next steps are, which would include putting down your deposit for the camp, which is $200, as well as filling out a commitment form, basically stating that you will be a full-fledged, engaged participant in the camp. You will abide by Rider's code of conduct, and you will be immersed in the experience with us. Vaccination is required. As you know, Rider is mandating that any students living on campus or coming to campus for class, for any reason must be vaccinated. So we do require that our campers be vaccinated. And the last thing to keep in mind is that if you are thinking about engaging in any other camps, like MSLI, EOP, Bonner Scholar, or any other camp that runs at the same time or overlaps, unfortunately, you would have to choose which one you would want to do, whether it be that one or Lead Camp. The other thing is we do invite commuters to join us. So if you are a commuter, don't worry about the move-in stuff. You will have the opportunity to eat on campus. You will get meals, and you can join us when the first session of camp starts on August 31st. That is the main bulk of the information that I wanted to share with all of you today about Lead Camp. Should you have any other questions or concerns, please reach out to me. Email is usually the best and most direct way to connect with me. I also encourage you to check out our websites for the CDLS, the LDP, and as I've mentioned, Lead Camp as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn a little bit more about Lead Camp and what Lead Camp can do for you. I encourage you to apply. I encourage you to ask any other additional questions that you may have. And I thank you so much for your time and welcome to Rider.